welcome my next class here, yung mga... ito yung pinakamalaking audience natin, and I actually invited them to attend this session because I think they will learn a lot from these speeches. And yeah, magigets ninyo kung why I decided to go overtime on this one. Okay? So let's proceed. No? So again, thank you very much. Mag-thank you nga tayo sa kanila, pinapahiram nila tayo ng class hours. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, now going back. We have with us Cammy Consolacion. She is, teka, upo muna kayo. Cammy is the cherished unica, hija, a grandchild, niece, cousin, and an aunt to her family. Nurtured by a close-knit patrilineal home, she dares to question the age-old assumption that we love family by default. At the heart of her speech, love shouldn't share the same space with abuse. Coming across bell hooks all about love, Cammy contemplates filial love and obligation, whether they were truly loved and they loved by choice. Today, she invites us to embrace this opportunity to rediscover complexities of love in the family and how we can love them much more intentionally. Palakpakan natin si Cammy.
Gusto ko lang sabihin, nakailang iyak na ako kanina bago pa ako mag-speech. So, medyo nayanig yung mindfulness ko. Okay, anyway, mabuhay! Welcome to the Philippines. And for the next few minutes, we're going to talk about what we've been talking about for the past 30 minutes-ish. We're talking about my family? My family? Oh my God! My family? So we're going to talk about my family. And this topic is something na I don't usually share with people, or when I do, I tend to intellectualize it. Kasi social student ako. Joke lang! Hindi ganun lahat ng social. Pero anyway, I'm wearing actually our family shirt. We used to make family shirts every year. Ito yung parang second or third year na ginagawa namin. Tapos meron yung logo sa likod, guys. Ayan. I-check. Pero it means Consolacion Avengers. Ayan. Kasi yun yung age na nauso yung Avengers. Wala naman puzzle new thing doon. We always say, or we've heard one way or another, that blood is thicker than water. Tama ba, Agwa? Blood is thicker than water, and this phrase has been around for a very long time, and it's actually an example of a folkloristic or folklore etymology. Ibig sabihin, itong phrase na to, may iba't ibang composition yan or variation na matitrace pa even from the 12th century. And it varies per culture how we understand this. And for us as Filipinos, sobrang family-oriented natin. And our family culture is really unique, how we value family, how we practice family. And itong blood is thicker than water, it tells us that family relationships is the most important relationship. Sinabi nga ni Kimby kanina na dahil dito sa konsepto na to, may idea tayo na dapat uunahin ko yung pamilya ko bago sarili ko, bago friends ko, bago pangarap ko, bago yung peace ko. Lahat umiikot sa relationship with the family. And another aspect na laging tinuturo sa atin ay yung paglingon sa pamilya. Kasi itong group of people na to, ito yung makakasama mo hanggang sa pagtanda. Yan yung mag-aalaga sa'yo, yan yung tutulong sa'yo, no questions asked. Kasi kapamilya mo sila. So today, we're going to first define kung ano ba yung Filipino family. Sabi ni Belen Medina, sa sociological na perspective, ito yung composition ng family. Marami siyang detail na sinabi doon sa the Filipino family. Pero to simplify it, the Filipino family is composed of the father's side and the mother's side. So very extended na yan, yung extension of extension of extension na mas mahaba pa sa 10-minute version ni Taylor Swift. Ayan, makikita natin dito. O, nandyan si mama, si papa, si tita na bougie, si tito, na kapag siya na yung humawak ng karaoke mic, hindi ka na makakanta kasi naka-Wonderful Tonight remix version siya. Andyan din yung lolo at lola natin na pinupustitan tayo, oh, psst, ito may banda nito, pang dagdag mo sa baon mo. Kala mo may pinapustit na ligan na something. Siyempre, nandyan din, hindi mawawala sa Filipino family yung second wife, o yung third wife, yung fourth wife. Laging siyang parte. At may honorary member pa tayo. Si Marites. Which just shows us na yung Filipino family composition, it's not just limited to blood-related relatives. Kasi may mga, maybe may family friend kayo na for some reason lagi siyang kasama sa handaan, gano'n. Lagi siyang family friend. Ngayon, simula kahapon, nababanggit na natin yung konsepto ng utang na loob mula dun sa speech ni Lai. And in-explore niya yung material aspect ng utang na loob. Ito naman yung anthropological aspect na dinefine ni Kaud. At ang gusto kong i-highlight dito ay 3 things. First is the principle of reciprocity, obligation to repay, and an ongoing relationship. Diba, minsan ba napapatanong kayo pag sinasabi sa inyo na, uy, maya ka naman, magkaroon ka naman utang na loob dyan, tinulungan ka niyan. Naisip nyo ba, nababayaran ba talaga yung utang na loob? Parang, paano ba siya binabayaran? Installment? Meron bang installment? Natatapos ba siya? Kasi according sa definition niya, hindi siya natatapos. Parang it's just an ongoing thing until a relationship is formed. Principle of reciprocity and obligation to repay. In the context of love in the family, we are conditioned by society na because we are born into the family, because we are adopted into the family, we are loved. Therefore, we should love them as well. Ayan, love. Alam na natin na biological yung basis of kinship or being a family. Pamilya mo siya kasi kadugo mo siya. But we don't explore much about our social bonds or yung relationship natin with the family. But as much as family is biological, it is also social. Sabi ng sociologists. Tinanong ko kayo sa audience analysis kung ano yung one word na i-describe nyo with family. And surprisingly, surprise, yung majority doon ay in-associate it with love. This is a combination of words, unconditional love, tough love, love itself. And the second and third na maraming word association ay tough and home. And it's interesting kasi nung binubuo ko tong speech na to, ito yung nakita ko pwede natin i-explore today. So we'll start with the word home. Nabanggit ko na kanina na marami tayong definition of home. And sinabi rin ni Belen Medina sa kanyang book na what we know about family, how we understand family, how we do family, it comes from our experience of family. Bago pa ako tumayo dito sa harap nyo at maglitanya kung ano yung pamilya para sa akin o para sa inyo, may concept na kayo of what a family is. And it's different. Makikita nga natin sa word association kanina. Some people associated it with love or safety, but some people also associated it with trauma or pain. Ayan, so yung home or yung being a family, it's bonded through culture. And one of our favorite culture dun sa family namin is yung month of August. Hindi yan Pasko, aside sa Pasko, yung month of August kasi na birth month ko, I share it with 6 other family members. So marami kaming nabuo during the birth months. Pero ayan, we always have a family reunion every August kasi yung lola namin, nag-celebrate din siya ng birthday niya. So, syempre, bongga yung celebration. And this is my immediate family. I'm an only child. And ayan, favorite quote ko yan from Stitch, na favorite cartoon ko growing up. So, di ba, ang daming definition of what family is, from how we experience it, from how others define it for us. Now we go to the word tough. Kanina, ang ganda nung pagkaka-elaborate dito ni Lai about tough love, kaya hindi ko na siya sobrang i-elaborate. Pero yung sinabi ni Belen Medina, aside from physical violence or within the family, meron ding verbal, meron ding emotional, meron ding mental violence. And the problem with this is it's justified kasi it's within the family. Sa audience analysis, pinapili ko kayo ng choose your discipline weapon. So may walis tambo, may chinelas, may kamay ni mama, may hanger. And I'm not sure if we've experienced it like all of us na napalo tayo ng ganong mga bagay. Pero the fact that we are aware what these objects mean or where it is being used means we've witnessed abuse in the household. Before I proceed, how do we say it's abuse? Grabe naman, abuse, ang heavy ng word. Let me pose a question to you. If a friend hits you, yun nga kanina, di ba, tinamaan siya ng arnis. Nagalit siya. Pero, if someone else hits you, okay lang ba? Hindi ka ba magagalit? Oh, okay, sige, forgiving ako family kita Pero pag ginawa sa'yo ng kapamilya mo, diba, it's difficult to cut ties. It's difficult to be angry. You won't linger on the anger or pain. Kasi they're your family. This one is a snapshot from Reddit. Nag-rant siya about yung justification na kapatid mo yan, pamilya mo yan, kaya kailangan mahalin mo, patawarin mo, intindihin mo na lang. Tough love. This one is Rod. Surprisingly, I'm not sure if familiar kayo dito, pero these rods are being sold in churches. Not sure if until now, but nung time ko, binenta yan sa church. That's where they got it. And some religion supports yung pagdidiscipline ng physical violence because they justify it by this phrase, spare the rod, spoil a child. I love you and I care for you, that's why I discipline you. But the thing is, yung pinupunto nung, it's not actually in the Bible if you try to see it, yung exact verse. It's an interpretation. But what the original text says, tells us is, discipline them in the right way. It's actually contrary to spanking the child or hurting the child. So yan yung question. Every one of us has experienced one way or another a form of tough love. But if it's tough love, why do we feel more toughness than love? When we recount all the times na napalo tayo, napagsalitaan tayo, bakit ang tumatatak sa atin yung word or yung hurt instead of the lesson? If it's tough love, nasan yung love? Yan, andyan na siya. Yan, love. How will we define love in the context of family? Story of my life. Story of my life, yes. Medyo related to sa stories na shinare kanina. Baka meron kaming shared family trauma. Pero I grew up in a complete family, relatively healthy for the first 12 years of my life. I have this conception that my family is good, they are my comfort. I look forward to every family reunion because they are my safe space, they are my happiness. Above all the social bonds, I love my family. And most importantly, I love my immediate family. I love my mom and my dad. They're everything I have. Tapos, nung nag-grade 6 ako, actually grade 5, nag-start magloko yung dad ko. Nag-start siya mag-cheat. And during those, yes, I feel you. Nag-start siya mag-cheat. And sa akin, parang na-disrupt talaga yung sistema ko doon. Kasi from being a happy child, in a happy home, in a complete home, I'm now put into a position na, oh no, parang what does this mean for us? What does this mean for me? Long story short, my dad left us. One day, di na lang siya umuwi. And I was left wondering na parang, for days, na parang, uwi ba siya? Or baka nakauwi na siya, hindi ko lang nakita, graveyard shift kasi siya. Tapos papasok ako sa school. But then my mom told me na hindi na uuwi yung dad mo. So yeah, just like that, it was shattered. And we didn't see or contact him for years. Walang kahit ano. And dun sa years na yon, I felt anger, I felt pain, I wondered what I will feel if I see my dad. I wondered if I'm broken kasi wala yung dad ko. And very close kami nung dad ko. I felt anger. I felt a sense of unforgiveness. I had a lot of questions. Then after 2 years, my dad reached out to me through an email. It's during my 14th or 15th birthday, a few days after. Tapos, it was a happy birthday, asking me how I was. And nung time na yun, parang di ko alam kung anong mafe-feel ko. Parang it's a mixture of everything na parang after 2 years, ito lang sasabihin mo sa akin. Parang, where were you? Parang nasan ka? I had a lot of questions. But I replied, kasi I was so excited to see my dad. Na above all the pain, all the questions that I have, I wanted to see him. So I replied, and then from that, nag-reconnect kami and we reconciled. Now, it's only recently that I got to process these emotions. A lot of things happened after that. I felt betrayed by my family. I felt backstabbed by my family na hindi yung dad ko. Kasi some of them kinonsinti yung cheating stuff. And I wondered, do I still love my family? Kasi hindi ko na nilook forward na makita sila every reunion. I dreaded it. Kasi every time na mag-indara ako sa kanila, naiilang na ako na parang, totoo ba sila sa akin? Or pinaplastic lang ba nila ako? This is what Bell Hooks said, na sobrang tumatak sa akin. We cannot claim to love if we are harmful and abusive. Love and abuse cannot coexist. Abuse and neglect are, by definition, the opposite of nurturance and care. Then it hit me. Mahal ba nila ako? Mahal ba nila ako? Okay, let's say mahal nila ako, pero dahil ba kung sino ako at mahalaga ako sa kanila, o dahil kapamilya lang nila ako? And I also asked myself the same question. Kasi how I was behaving or interacting towards them, questionable din kasi I became rude, I became angry. Inisip ko rin, mahal ko ba sila? Intentional love. When we say intentional love, it means we consciously decide to love these people. And for me, that means I consciously decided to love my dad. Oh, does it mean nagpapakamartir ka na, oh, welcome na ulit, okay na ulit, reconciled na ulit? No. I still carry the trauma and pain that I had before, and I'm still healing from it. I set boundaries with some of my family members. May hindi na ako nakakausap sa kanila. The bonds are different. Pero kung tatanungin niyo ako, mahal ko ba yung pamilya ko? Oo. Mahal ko yung member na yun. Mahal ko yung dad ko. But loving them, for me, meant setting boundaries. Ito yung traditional definition of family, love in the family. Pero we can cancel those out when we start intentionally loving them, when we decide that we love them. Mapapalitan niya ng genuine bond, healthy communication, and yung nabanggit kanina, setting boundaries. So loving your family doesn't mean you have to stay connected with them, especially if it compromises your safety and your peace. It means setting boundaries for yourself and for them to preserve the relationship. It means having a genuine bond na mas committed ka na makilala sila o na mahalin sila. And lastly, yung healthy communication na nabanggit din kanina nila. Instead of hurting the child or being violent, we learn to communicate with them in a way that doesn't destroy the relationship nor the person. So now I want us to revisit this maxim. This is an alternative thought to the maxim. Wala naman siyang scientific basis or anything. But it says that the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Maybe not every one of us wants to have a family, but this phrase invites us to be intentional in loving people, whether inside the family or outside the family. It shows na yung family bonds natin, it's only one of the many social bonds that we form sa guardian natin, sa class natin, and even sa friends natin. And I want us to remember this, that we are both receivers and doers of love. So as we receive love, how do we choose to bring it back to our friends, to ourselves, and to our family? That's all. Thank you.